got some questions
Let's see, check what, oh,
To
lens
kinda-
cover.
to kind of get it going. And
Lens cover.
it's so peaceful out here.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
peaceful. How long have you lived here?
Oh, I don't know.
20 years?
Do what?
20 years?
Better than
Yeah, he
Yeah,
won't be
longer
able
than
to
that.
hear you. unless-
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You've been 40 years, I guess, wouldn't it, Jay?
Yeah. It's recording.
Is it ready?
I don't know about the audio part of it, but
I'd like for you to tell us that story again about when you saw Jesus. You remember that? You were in the hospital before a surgery?
Yeah, I was in the hospital.
How old were you, Sidney?
I must have been 40,
In your 40s?
probably 40s,
Okay.
probably 40s.
didn't you have a snake bite and a bull bite?
Come sit over here, Mom.
Yeah, I had a snake bite, but I don't remember what I was in there for now.
I think it was a back surgery.
I was okay. Well, I was in there for the back surgery. I know.
You were about to have a surgery and they were saying you may not make it.
Yeah,
Where was that?
yeah. The doctor said I might not walk anymore.
Wow.
It was when they first started the back surgery.
Okay.
They started 2 years. Did the first one 2 years before they did mine, and they only did 1 or 2 that year, you know.
Yeah.
And mine was just more or less just seeing if I could help you, you know.
How did you hurt your back?
I don't. It was just I completely out, and I'd been going to the doctor for it.
And so it was the night before you were having a surgery.
They put me to bed for the back problem, and that's the worst thing you could have done, you know.
Yeah.
Put me to bed for 5 months.
Whoa. 5 months?
5 months that I was in the bed with it.
Oh.
Really?
I was in with the doctors that I was using. I was using a rubbing doctor, what kind? He's a chiropractor.
Mm-hmm.
And I was down my back, and he was trying to move it, you know, for the pain where it was.
Right.
And he moved it, and man, the pain hit me sure enough.
Oh.
Then. And of course, I didn't go back to him, you know.
Yeah.
Went back
No.
to the medical doctor, but he couldn't do anything to it. He just put me to bed
Mm-hmm.
and kept me in the bed for I don't know how long.
And then you were about to have a surgery
2 or
and
3 weeks, 2 or 3 months, and he sent me to Shreveport to have surgery, and it was just more or less. They didn't know anything to do except put me to bed, and that's the worst thing you could have done for me.
right.
And of course, very few back surgeries going on back there then.
Right.
And
Is that when you saw Jesus?
I'm sure it is. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shreveport.
That's when it was.
And your wife was in the room too, but she
Uh-huh.
didn't see him.
She didn't see him.
Wow. What happened?
I was just laying there wide awake, and he just walked in the door, and he came over to the bed and took me by the hand, and I don't know that he said anything, but I knew who he was. You know, anybody else might, if they didn't know him, they wouldn't recognize him probably, because he looked like another man, you know, and then turned around and walked out the door.
Didn't he tell you it'd be okay?
Mm-hmm. Told me it'd be okay.
Wow.
You say you're going to live a long time?
Do what?
You say you were going to live a long time?
No, he didn't tell me how long I was going to live. But he gave me, of course, I didn't have peace with the surgery I was going to have because the doctor had told me.
Right.
He said, I can't promise you walk anymore.
Wow.
And I had a family to take care of, you know, and there I was, and wasn't able to get up.
Boy.
So he came in and told you that and left.
Left.
Did you feel at peace after
I
that?
mean, I had completely.
Wow.
I didn't have any doubt at all. But
And then the surgery went well.
Well, I'll be.
Wow. That's amazing.
It is.
I bet the doctor was surprised.
Well,
As well as everybody else. Oh my.
but I mean, I had peace, completely peace on it.
I'm sure.
I didn't doubt it at all.
Wow. What would you say is, what event has influenced you most in your life? What's been the most influential thing that's ever happened to you?
That was where I was.
When I was 12 years old, I accepted the Lord. And that's the most important thing that happened to me.
Wow.
See that.
I've never forgot that.
How
Was
did
it at a revival meeting?
how did it change your life?
Well, it might not have changed it so much because I was only 12, you know, and I wasn't, but I never doubted it, you know, anymore.
Right. Right.
I'll say after I got up in years, 40, 50, people were still, that came the same time I did, were still coming down and trying to get saved again on a revival.
Mm-hmm.
And I wondered if they, after all that time, if they wasn't saved the first time, well, wonder what, was I saved?
Mm-hmm.
And I come home and took my Bible, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and read it. I done that.
You got that covered.
I got that covered. If we didn't want to go back to get lost again,
No.
Right.
I done that. At 12 years old.
Wow. How would you tell someone to deal with disappointment in their lives?
All right. This too will pass.
That's right. This too will pass.
Disappointment will pass. I've had disappointment, but just give it time and it'll pass.
It's good advice.
Hard to do.
It is, but we can't change it.
No, that's true.
course,
Can't do it.
we can't
Things we
change
can't
it.
do anything about, yeah.
What would you tell someone dealing with grief? You've lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
That's hard when you lose
It is.
people.
But it'll change too. Even grief will. It'll gradually pass. It don't go away completely. We remember it. But how we deal with it, it's gonna pass. It'll get worse, not.
It changes.
Time will change a lot of things. And especially if we turn it over to the Lord.
Right.
If we know they're in heaven, I tell them we wouldn't bring them back if we could get a glance in heaven.
That's right. We just tell them to wait for us, huh?
I'd wait for us, that's all.
Have the pie ready.
Have the pie ready.
No kidding. I don't doubt if they'll have to cook in heaven.
Yeah.
Save us a piece of pie.
Yeah. Pie's good, isn't it, Jack?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what you said was when she got there, and something about that pie and said what was it? You said he's already eaten it and she's made another one or something.
Yeah. I know Pop Elliot was glad to see Mom and Nina coming up
Oh
there.
boy, I'll bet.
I'm sure they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, good reunion, I bet.
Oh,
Sure they
boy.
were. You know-
Absolutely.
You know they were.
Yeah, I know
20
it.
years.
If we could get a glimpse in there, we wouldn't bring them back
That's right.
if we could.
That's right. What would you say is the key to a successful marriage? How long were you married?
60
Whew.
something years.
Like Mom and Daddy.
Wow. What's the key to that? Because people don't do that anymore.
Well, we make a commitment, though. Most when they get married, they make a lifetime commitment, and we're supposed to keep those commitments. Now, the first part of for years there, it was just I couldn't have asked for a better wife. I mean, she was just as pleasant as and anything I would suggest, she's willing to do it.
Wow.
But she was really a pleasant person.
Wow.
But now, later on in life, she changed
Wow. What happened?
and got where it was hard to get along with it.
Hmm.
And I didn't know what the problem was.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, I didn't. But then the Alzheimer's
Oh.
come in,
Mm-hmm.
and it was coming on her.
Mm.
And I didn't know it, you know, and she didn't know it.
Right.
And
Alzheimer's.
we
Oh.
had, but it was problems there then.
Mm-hmm.
But Alzheimer's was coming on.
How did you deal with that?
Whew.
It was hard.
I bet.
It was hard to deal with it.
A lot of people going through that these days.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them would separate.
Why didn't y'all separate through that?
Well, I felt like we had already took that vows to live together,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it was. And
Wow.
but that was some hard deals right there.
Did you think of giving up or leaving?
Yeah, I thought of it.
And so what kept you?
The vows that I had taken.
Mm-hmm.
And you loved her.
Yeah, and I loved it. But that was hard deals when it was coming on.
Did the doctor tell you it was Alzheimer's?
Well, later on he did.
Mm-hmm. But at first you didn't know, huh?
No, he didn't know, and I didn't know
Well,
it.
that'd be
Oh
terrible.
my.
And
That'd be really hard.
had a bad time.
And then one day she threw out all your pictures and stuff,
She cleaned the house out of pictures.
all the old pictures
Wow.
that we could have seen, you know, of way
really?
way back.
See, I didn't know she cleaned the house out.
Wow.
She'd say why?
And she was even cleaning her clothes out. She had a lot of clothes,
Wow.
and she put them in a sack.
What did you do?
Was that your clothes or her stuff?
Well, it was mine to start with hers, but I told her it's mine. Leave my stuff alone,
Wow.
and she did it.
Wow.
But now I left. We had them out at the other house out there,
Mhm.
and I took one or two sacks off. Down church, she wanted to put them in a trash bag down there.
Wow.
Well, I did that, but she come more, so I just left them out there in a sack where she put them. And later on, she had one dress that she wore, and I'd take her to town to get some more, get another dress. She starts looking. I don't want that.
Hmm.
That's all that she didn't want that.
Wow.
And next time I went to town, she'd want to look for a dress.
So you had to be pretty patient.
And we go in, look for a dress, get looking, and she looked a little bit. I don't want that. And that was all just
Oh my.
Wow.
walk out. But we did that for I don't know how long.
Wow.
And
Did she ever get one?
well, I left her dresses in a sack
Oh.
at the house. So one day I went out there and got. I'd tell her to get a blouse and a skirt and blouse.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her to get a skirt. I don't have no blouse to go with it.